The biggest surprise of this season's edition of the Australian Open, a Russian who is by no means new to the ATP Tour, but he climbed the ranks out of nowhere and reached the semifinals of the Australian Open. Stay tuned and accompany us in an exploration of the life and career of this rising tennis star. Aslan Karatsev was born on September 4th, 1993 in Vladikavkaz, Russia, to a Russian Jewish family. He grew up and trained in Israel and speaks fluent Hebrew, Russian, and English. At the age of 12, he moved to Taganrog to train with Aleksandar Kuprini and Ivan Potapov. In 2011 and 2013, he trained with Andrei Kasarev. In 2013, he made his ATP main draw debut at the St. Petersburg Open, where he received his entry as a wildcard entrant. In the first round, he lost to compatriot and second seed Mikhail Youzhny, who was in the top 20 at the time. In the doubles competition, together with Dmitry Tursunov, he reached the semifinals. He did not do anything concrete in the following years, but we can single out some successes. On the 21st of October, he earned the first ATP World Tour win of his career as a qualifier in Moscow, defeating countryman and former world number 8 Mikhail Youzhny. In 2016, he knocked out Khachanov and Medvedev on the Challenger in Kazan. By the end of 2017, he dropped to 747th place and had to return to the futures again. As he later said in an interview with Sports Express, the recession was caused by a slew of problems. I had various problems. There were no sponsors, then injuries began, there was no personal trainer. I trained in good places, in Germany and Barcelona, but the people who worked with me did not fit me. Since 2019, he has been living and training in Minsk under the leadership of Yegor Yatsuk. According to Karatsev, he developed an excellent understanding with Yatsuk, which had a positive effect on the quality of preparation for the upcoming new season in 2020. In early 2020, he reached the finals of the Challenger in Bangkok, but in the spring, all competitions were terminated due to the pandemic. In the second half of August, he reached the finals of the Challenger in Prague, where he lost to Stan Wawrinka 6-7, 4-6. Then he stayed in Prague for the next challenge and this time won the main trophy. Wawrinka went to him in the quarterfinals but refused to play due to an injury. A week later, Karatsev won the Challenger in Ostrava. Thus, on his account, there were already 3 single victories on the Challengers. At the end of September, in qualifying for the French Open, he lost in the third decisive match to 20-year-old American Sebastian Corda, who then reached the 4th round of the main draw. In October, the first round of the St. Petersburg Open, he played against American Tennis Sandgren and won his second victory in the main draw at the ATP Series tournament and the first over a tennis player in the top 50 of the world ranking. Before that, he hadn't played in an ATP tournament for several years, since 2016 in fact. He ended his year in 112th place in the singles ranking. In January 2021, he successfully qualified for the Australian Open and for the first time in his career made his way to the main draw of the Grand Slam tournament. In 3 qualifying matches, where Karatsev was seeded 3rd, he lost only 1 set in a tiebreak to 19-year-old American Brandon Nakashima, and won the remaining 6 games with a score of 6-1 or 6-2. In early February at the ATP Cup, Aslan represented Russia as the 3rd player along with Daniil Medvedev, Andrei Rublev, and Evgeny Donskoy. Although Karatsev lost all 3 matches in the double, Russia managed to win the trophy with the victories of Medvedev and Rublev. Aslan, I'm not joking, was a secret weapon for doubles. He didn't manage to show it because we didn't have a one-on-one match, but he was our secret weapon, said Daniil Medvedev. Playing with the best Russian tennis players must have helped him a lot for what followed. His next destination was Melbourne. In the first round of the Australian Open, he beat the Italian Gianluca Maguire 6-3, 6-3, 6-4, and in the second round he defeated the Belarusian Yegor Gerasimov 6-0, 6-1, 6-0. In the third round, he sensationally defeated the 8th seed and world number 9 Diego Schwartzman 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Karatsev saved 10 out of 11 break points and completed a memorable win with his 9th ace on John Cain Arena. "He was playing amazing tennis," Schwartzman said. He also upset 20th seed Félix Auger-Aliassime after dropping the first 2 sets and coming back to win in 5th. In the quarterfinals, he knocked out the injured Grigor Dimitrov in 4 sets to become the second qualifier to reach the Australian Open semifinals after Australian Bob Giltinen in December 1977. Karatsev is also the lowest ranking man to reach the last 4 since Patrick McEnroe, then ranked 114th, did so in 1991. In the end, he lost to the first player in the world number 1 and first seed Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. The Russian has earned $618,000 in his career so far, and goes home richer for $662,000. What are your opinions about Karatsev? Can he continue at this pace? Leave a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care.